Okay, this is the 90-90 lateral line fascial stretch. And so we're getting into kind of like a modified shin box, but it's why it's called 90-90. And in the moves to get the thoracic spine and the rib cage, we have to pin the pelvis to the floor. And so in this position, there's going to be a straight line from my knee, should shoot right up to my mid-back and in the direction I'm going to be reaching. And so right here, we get the tension in the feet by lifting them up with the toes and the ankles. And then you push your knee away from you, kind of like you want to dislocate your hip. And then once that happens, the pelvis locks into place. And that'll be a constant the whole time the stretch is happening. And then in this position, we get onto elbows facing away. And hopefully, see, mobility is a little bit of a problem, but hopefully it should be a straight line from my knee all the way up to mid-back in the head. And something that a lot of patients do is they'll drop their head or they'll lift it up, but essentially as much space from the top of your head to your knee as possible, and then from your fingertips to your knee as possible. So in this position, the first move will be hand down, and then we stretch the fascia to go hand up, and then we'll be palm up will be the third one, but you'll kind of see what I mean. And so we're in this position. First move is reach with the palm down, and again, push your knee away, keep tension on the feet, and 3 to 5 breaths like this. And you can lay it here as long as you want, but 3 to 5 breaths is enough. And then every exhale, when we open up the rib cage, we're inhaling, when we exhale, we close it down. And so we want to get a bigger stretch. And so we're here with the first round, 3 to 5 breaths. Come back, get back on your elbows, reposition if you came out of position. Stay tall on the stationary arm, and then come back down. And then the next one is thumb up. And then reach on every exhale, 3 to 5 breaths. Come back, again here. And this one, make sure you're tall on that right side, or the stable side, and then palm up. And we reach, and then you lift the hand up on this one. And then with every breath, push that knee away, hand up and hand out. A lot of patients will feel this in their butt cheek on the ground, their lower back, or all the way up here. All of them's okay, it just depends on your mobility. But there's the 90-90 lateral line fascial stretch. All right, this one move's actually called a global postural stretch for negative torsion of the thoracolumbar junction. I don't have a great name for it yet, but we just call it a GPS rib mobility stretch. And you'll see that I have mobility problems, and so I'm going to do a modification, but I'll explain how it all will go. And so the bottom leg will be a straight line all the way up. We're going to have full hip extension right there. And then it'll be 90 degrees right there. You can get it up. Textbook is either 90 or 130 degrees. I'm not too picky about it, but the point is push the ankle into the floor, because we have to pin our pelvis and our legs down in order to get mobility through here. And then the other leg will go ankle on the knee and then drop it to the floor. And my modification is it's hard for me to do that, and so I just use something to hold me down. So ankle on the floor, knee on the ground. Pin both those to the floor to keep the hips and pelvis in. And now the important thing that I want to get across is the lower back has to be straight. And so you push yourself back as far as you can, and then you can even hunch forward just a little bit so that the lower back is straight. That's the important piece. And then get everything pinned to the floor. Bottom arm can be your pillow. Top arm goes behind the head. And essentially you're trying to get the elbow and the rib cage to touch the floor behind you. I've never seen it happen, but that's the direction you're going. And so pin the ankle, pin the knee, breathe, and as you exhale, you're gonna go back farther. And again, at least 3 to 5 breaths with this, but you can hold it for up to a minute. And every exhale should go farther until you really feel things release, and you should feel all of this come down. If you need more help, you have a buddy push on your ribs right there. You can have a kid sit on your knee or a buddy push on your ribs, but that's how you help. And if you do have someone helping you, don't allow them to let you go quickly. Slowly come out of it. But there's the global postural stretch for the TL junction.
This is the rib torso. It's called a stretch, but it's more of an activation move. Have something like a cell phone, cards, a piece of paper that you can squeeze. Some people can't get their knees together, so I give them a shoe or something bigger to squeeze, but you need something like an input device to keep your knees together that locks in your pelvis. Right ankle over left ankle. Clasp the hands, interlace them behind your head, and then elbows back. That locks in the shoulders. And then in this position, we're going to right ankle on top, so we turn to the right. And then before you get to bend, a lot of people will let their elbows come forward, they'll slouch, get tall, elbows back, and then you get to earn bending to the side. 2 to 3 breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth, and then come out of it, but don't lose your rotation. Elbows back, go farther, bend, and when you're in that position, lift the opposite rib cage, elbows back, stay tall, 2 to 3 breaths, and then come back out of it. And then you'll switch ankles, and then repeat going to the left, elbows back, stay tall, bend, and lift that rib cage. If you're noticing everything falling, it's harder than it looks. And so up, over, and let that whole thing come down, and then lift that opposite rib cage. And that's the rib torso stretch.
Hey, this is the 3D torso stretch, or 3-dimensional torso stretch. We're gonna pin our hands against the wall. The top hand's gonna be above your head. A lot of people do this kind of a thing, and they're leaning through. So try to get it as up high as you can, and it should be, make it difficult for yourself if you can't quite do it. And then this hand right here. We're gonna be here, and then we're gonna lean away from the wall. You're gonna do that 5 times. And a lot of people, if they're not moving well here, they'll just kick their hip out. And so what helps is to push hard against the wall, and then that'll open up this whole lat and chest and ribs and everything there. So 5 times. 4 against the wall, away from the wall. That's one direction. And then the next direction is to come forward. And the problem patients have is they'll want to twist or torque, or else they'll just come forward, but you want to act like you got headlights or something right here on both sides, and push those straight forward. And again, 5 times with that one. And we're opening up hips. Some people feel it here, some people feel it here, most people feel it here. But so don't worry if you don't feel it exactly where you think you should, but just keep going. And then the next one is to reach. And the last mistake people make is that they're not pushing through with that hip. And so reach all the way through. It's not just doing this, it's all the way through. And again, 5 each one. And try to get this done both sides. You'll turn around and do the same on that side. Try to get it at least once, if not 2-3 times a day, to help open all this up.
This is a child's pose lat stretch for the lat muscles all the way from your shoulder down into your lower back. It's to help open this up when people are unable to bring their arms above their head, and to get the shoulder blade onto the rib cage and help out shoulder strength here. So you're going to get down onto your knees, and if you can get your butt onto your heels, that would be best. If not, just get it as close as you can. That's the goal there. And then you're going to come down and reach out as far as you can, and then reach all the way to one side, and then push, pull, reach as far as you can with this inside hand here, like there's something just out of your reach that you're trying to push farther and farther. And take about 3-4 breaths in and out in this position, and then come on back to center, and then walk yourself all the way out to the other side. And again, reach with this hand over here as far as you can, like there's something that you can't quite get at. And then the farther down you get, the more of a stretch you'll get versus staying upright like this. So try to do your best to get down on that one. And then come back to center.